Okay.
Okay, so today we're going to draw the rose-breasted grosbeak. The rose-breasted grosbeak, recognized for its bold colors and beautiful song. It breeds through much of eastern and central North America. It occupies several habitats, including woodlands and woodland edges, parks and gardens, but is especially partial to wooded areas along watercourses. So it's in like forests by water, like a river or a stream. They usually forage in tree sites, usually in a leafy foliage. They eat insects, fruit, and seeds. These birds migrate to Mexico and Central and South America for winter. The males are black and white with a rose-pink chest, and the females are brownish and streaked. Both male and female rose-breasted grosbeaks sing. Their songs are considered similar to those of American robins. Rich, whistled, warbling sounds. This is what they sound like. Okay, so I get a lot of questions. Why do I draw birds? I love their colors, variation, beauty, and how God made them as examples for us to trust Him. If He cares for the birds day to day, how much more does He care for you and me? That's what I kind of think about Him. Okay, so let me move this here. And this is what the final product will look like. And let's get started. So we're going to start.
What they need.
We're going to need for this lesson a drawing pencil, something to color with, and of course paper. I'm using oil pastels, but crayons or colored pencils will work just as fine. So if you have, everybody give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, ready. Okie doke, let's get started. So we're going to do a short curve over for the head.
Make sure to hold it up after each step.
Okay, now we're going to bring that way back here and then kind of go up at the end. Okay, now we're going to come up to the head for the beak, and we're going to bring a curved line out. And then at that point, it's going to come down with a longer curved line. Okay, I'm going to make this simple for the beak, how it's connected. We're going to go in at the top, then a sideways V shape, so out and then back in. And then we're going to connect it into the bottom of the beak. So we're going to come back here for the tail again, and we're going to bring a bumpy line down. And then with one last bump, we're going to bring it way back up here. Okay. And now, where we stopped there, we're going to come out and then back in.
Hold it there a sec, Karen.
Okay, and then this line, we're going to bring a little bump. We're going to bring it out a little, and then it's going to come way out here. Okay, and then up here where we stopped at the head, we're going to bring a line out and then make it curve down and into that wing line that we made. Yep. Okay, so we're going to come out of the bottom of the beak and bring a big curve down. And then that's going to curve way down here and then up into the bottom of the wing. Okay, now we're going to do the eye, and we're going to do a circle behind the beak, and then a small circle inside. Okay, so they have a really beautiful pattern back here at the back of their tail and also up here on their chest. So we're going to start by doing a curved line from the neck up to the wing. And then we're going to start here and do a messy zigzag line down the neck. And if it's easier for you, you can just do a straight line because in here is just going to be red. Okay, now we're going to do the legs. We're going to do just a little zigzaggy bump down here, or just a little bump. And then we're going to come down with two lines out of that bump. And then at the bottom, we're going to curve around. And then we're going to bring a line out of the back, a curved line out of the back of the other line. And then we're going to connect those lines with a little hook. And then we're going to do two curved lines inside. And then we're done with one of the feet. The other one is back up here, So most of the leg is hidden behind the chest. So we're just going to do that curved line around. And then the line back. And then for this one, we're just going to do one line in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to do the feathers on the tail. And we're going to come out and then back. And then back here on the bottom, we're going to do a line that comes out, but it doesn't connect to anything. There's just a straight line. Okay. So now we're going to bring the end of that line around and then all the way back to where we started. So that line is going to curve around and go all the way back. Okay, and now we're going to do that same thing over here, but it's going to be smaller. So we're going to go out and then curve around. It's like a long raindrop shape. And then we're going to do a medium-sized one that's a little bit longer than that second one next to that. Okay, so we're done with the tail. Now we're going to come on the back right here, and we're going to bring a line back. These are his feathers. Okay, and now we're going to come back. And then this part is a little tricky, but I'm going to make it simple. We're going to do a little bump. And then a curved line up. And then it's going to go down and then up. And then this part is going to go out this way and then back into the tail. Okay, so now we're going to do a line that comes out and then in between. So right in there. Then we're going to do a line right next to it that connects into the tip. So it's very detailed back here. And to just make it simple, you can do just a few stripes, but I'm showing you how to do it a little bit easy. So we're going to come right here where we did this line, and we're going to go up and out like an upside down L or a backwards 7. And then I'm going to bring that line back and into the tail. like a spike. Okay, we're almost done with this part. We're just going to do a little triangle, a little oval inside there. And then a little triangle right here. Okay, we're done with that crazy pattern. Okay, so for this part where we did this bump out, we're going to start here and we're going to come out. And then we're going to go up into that little shape right there. Oh,
Can you
Mom.
hold that up again, Baron?
Sure. Hunter just joined.
That's okay. I'll send it to her later.
Okay. Okie doke. So now we're going to do the branch. But first, we're just going to do a line to divide the top of the beak to the bottom.
So if they already started, if you want to just watch it and then draw it after, you can do that. Okay.
And Hunter, since you just joined, my mom will send you the video later and you can rewatch it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to come here in the wing and we're going to go out with a messy line and then bring it back. So just a messy, bumpy line that comes back. And then we're going to do a curve right here, like a C, a backwards C. And then a bigger curve around. Okay, so in this little spot right here, hold on just a second. So right here in this little spot, we're going to do a sideways V at the very end, and then another one next to it to connect. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. So just that V and then connect, 2 V's and connect. So just repeat that same step. I'll hold it up here for a minute.
Very detailed bird.
Yeah, it really is. This is what it's going to look like when we're done.
Oh, okay. Looks beautiful.
Yep. Okay, so now we're going to do the branch. We're going to start down here at this foot. We're going to come down. And then back out and come all the way up to the back of this foot. Okay, and when we bring that out, it's going to kind of be hidden behind the chest for a minute, and we're going to imagine it going through and coming out, and it's going to stop here in front of the beak. Then we're going to curve on the end and go down. You can make it a little thick because it's the end of a branch. And then we're going to do a little one of those next to it. And then bring that down past that little foot. So just do another one of those little out and in, and then bring it down past the foot. Okay, now we're going to come out this way. And this branch is going to have a little cluster of berries and 2 green leaves. But you can do any design you want on your branch. So now we're going to come out this way, way up like that. And then we're going to come way down. And we're going to make it a point at the top, like a giant thorn. Okay, now we're just going to bring that branch out this way, but it's going to go up into the edge of the paper. Then we're going to come back down here and do a zigzag line at the bottom of the branch. Then we're going to bring that line up, all past the foot, and all the way to where we forked. So when we come on this branch, we're going to come out, but then we're going to split it. And then to divide those 2 splits, we're just going to do a V in the middle. And then it's almost time to color, but before we do that, we have to do 3 patterns here. So it's just a little oval. So just 3 little ovals, but then the last one is kind of connected to the end of the wing, that point right there. Now we're going to do the berries. So the berries are going to be in a little cluster right here. So we're just going to start wildly doing a bunch of circles just all around. Like that. So just do a bunch of circles. And then we're going to come out with a line out of the edge. And then do a leaf around that. And then I'm also going to do one more of those. So I'm just going to do a little point and then that leaf. Okay, so it's time to color. First, we're going to get a red, a bright red. And we're going to color this spot on the chest. So just color this big spot that we made on the chest. Okay, so the beak is there's kind of like a pinkish color in there. So we're going to start with a black, and we're just going to kind of lightly shade, very lightly, the very tip of the beak. So we're just going to get a black. and lightly shade on the beak. And then we're going to get a pink and go over that black, but only on the tip and on the middle line. Okay, so I'm going to get my drawing pencil one last time and do a very thin circle around the eye, just so when we color it black, we can actually see the eye. So just a very thin circle around the outside. Okay, so we're going to get our gray, and we're going to color all in here. Just darkly color with the gray, just for some little shadows, and color all of that little leg part down there. So just color with gray down in there, and you can start fading up when you start to go up. And then we're going to get a white, and we're going to blend that together. So just blend the gray together with that white, and it should look really pretty, like a big shadow in there. Okay, so this bird has a lot of black. So we're going to get our black, and we're going to start with the head, and we're just going to color the whole head with black, but not the eye. So just this section, not the eye and not the beak, but everything else. Ziki, this bird is your two favorite colors. Okay, so just color the whole head black. And then we're going to get our white. And so I'll show you the spots we're going to do. We're just going to do little sections like that in, like around the head. And we're going to do one down here and up above the eye. So we're just going to color those with white. It should look like there's some little highlights. It's okay if it gets a little bit in your eye because the eye is going to be black anyway. So, okay, we're going to get our black again, and we're going to color. So we're just going to start coloring the wing, but don't color like, here, let me move this light. It's kind of hard to see. There. So we're not going to color in here, but just the wing, not these. So yeah, just start coloring the wing. So when we get in here, we're going to color all of those patterns that we drew, but not this area. Yeah. So I'm going to fill all this in and some of these patterns. And then also the tail, but we're going to leave those stripes white. So it only has 3 colors. It's black and white and red. Unless you count the beak with the pink in there. So we're just going to color all of that with our black. And I'm also going to color in this section. So the berries up here are going to be blue. So we're going to do that when we're done with this black. But we're also going to go back over with the white like we did up here on the head and do some sections. So just fill in all of that. And then to show that this part doesn't go down, like this part is just white, we're going to get our gray again. And we're going to shade on that line. And then go back with white and smooth it out. Just so you can see a little bit better. Makes it a little better. And we're also going to do that down here. And then back with white and smooth it all out. Okay, so now we're going to get the gray and we're going to color the feet. And we're going to go back with black and and do some spots down the leg and on the toes. Okay, now we're going to do the eye. We're going to get so if you're using pastels, I would recommend a black colored pencil or marker or pen or whatever is like a sharp point. We're going to go up and do the eye, but we're going to leave that little ring around it white and also that little highlight. Okay, now we're going to do the berries. Just going to get, so for the berries, we're going to get a dark blue. And we're just going to solidly color all of those berries. I like doing swirlies to color them. There we go. So these are wild blueberries. It's actually one of their main diets. They eat berries, seeds, and insects. So for the leaves, we're going to get a dark green, and we're going to do that middle line that we did. And we're also going to shade out and down to look like there's a little shadow in there. And then we're going to get a light green and go over all of that, even the dark green, and it should smooth it all out. Okay, now we're going to do the tree branch. We're going to get our brown, our dark brown, and just color just some little patches, just little spots, like little stripes. Let's color a bunch of little stripes with that dark brown. And then we're going to go back through with a light brown and color over all of that, even the dark brown. So I started with the dark brown and did little stripes, and now I'm going back over with the lighter brown to smooth it all out. And so it's not just brown and white. So I like to think of this bird as a representation for Jesus dying on the cross for us, because all the black, I picture our sin, and then the blood of Jesus is the red, then it washes away and makes it white, like down here. So that's what I picture. Okay, so when you're done with this, we're going to be done. So don't forget to sign your name at the bottom. And we are done. So would everybody hold up their pictures so we can see? Hold up your pictures so we can see. Oh, those are so great, guys. Love them.